I said before, when a candidate gets up here, if they've never run before, it's okay. The incumbent gets up, questions. But that's your prerogative to ask questions. That's why we're here. Okay, our next candidate is also a candidate from the 23rd Ward aldermanic race, Martin Arteaga.
Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Martin Arteaga, and I'm running for alderman of the 23rd Ward. But first, I'd just like to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here in front of you. I'd also like to thank the Archer Heights Civic Association for hosting this forum. I'm running for alderman because over the past 23 years, I've seen the degradation of the Southwest Side. I have a 1-year-old son, baby Marty, who I love very much, and I want to see him grow up in a neighborhood that has great schools, great parks, and safe streets. My story doesn't start here. It starts back in 1966, in the old country, in Mexico. My parents were married. My grandmother gave my parents a little pig as a wedding present. That little pig had piglets, and they sold them off. And they were able to get enough money to be able to come to the US because they thought they could do better. They became citizens and eventually union workers working at Nabisco over on 73rd and Kedzie. So if you like Oreo cookies, thank you very much. They knew that they could do better. For the first 14 years of my life, I lived in Pilsen, off of 18th and Ashland, and I had gangs on every other block. 23 years ago, my family decided to come to the Southwest because they knew it was a good family neighborhood. They knew they could do better. When I grew up, as a boy, they told me, you could be whatever you want, so long as you go to school and you work hard. Today, I stand before you as a DePaul graduate in political science, and I also went to Northwestern Graduate School in public policy. So I stand before you ready and prepared, because I know we can do better. Let's talk about a couple of the issues here in the 23rd Ward. One of them was mentioned earlier, redevelopment. We have Midway Airport at our backyard here. It's not being used to its full potential. We have 4-hour motels that are here that Alderman Zalewski takes money from, which causes a negative environment. We have empty lots. We have closed down businesses along the Midway Airport corridor. We need to change that around, create a new development there, bringing in new restaurants, new entertainment, family-based entertainment, that'll create union jobs, local jobs, that'll spur a new tax base, because we have thousands of people that visit our Southwest Side on a daily basis at Midway, going in and out, and they don't leave a dime here in the neighborhood. And if we can do that, that would help us fund our schools, it would help us fund our parks, it would help us shore up some of the city shortfalls. Because a lot of people in the Southwest Side, as I've been knocking door to door, they tell me, when it comes to going out to dinner, they go out to LaGrange, they go out to Orland Park, they go downtown, they go somewhere else, just not here. And we gotta change that. We got to help our small businesses in the 23rd Ward have business incubators, be able to use TIF funds to help them develop themselves. There's a lack of parking along Archer Avenue. We all know, I'm a small business owner. If there's no parking, then that eliminates the capacity for clientele to be able to patronize a business. That's simple. So we need to change that. Let's talk about education. Education, I have a volunteer, her name is Alyssa, and she travels 4 hours every day to the north side, to Lane Tech, to go to a good school. I want to get a Southwest college prep here in the Southwest side. A lot of times, the north side gets all the good stuff, the south side gets left behind. It's time to change that. We lost $8 million in our ward. $8 million. Kennedy High School had to cut back its music program. We have schools like Peck, right here on 59th and Springfield, where the kids don't even have a lunchroom to have a decent hot meal. That is an embarrassment. We have to change that. I agree with Chuy Garcia when he talks about schools being used as community centers. We already have them. Let's use them. Keeps the kids engaged, whether it's recreation, whether it's athletics, whether it's academics. We could also keep the parents engaged too. We can have classes for computer classes. We can have English as a second language classes. We can have Zumba. We can have all sorts of stuff in these existing buildings. But it also helps out with childcare. We know that today parents, we have a lot of people that work, both parents working. So it also alleviates some assistance on the childcare side where parents don't have to worry about their kids being on the street somewhere or what they're doing. They'd be in a safe environment. That goes into crime. Yes, I'm for more police officers, but right now the city has to deal with a budget shortfall, and we have to work on that. But I don't see crime as just more police officers. I see it on a holistic standpoint where we need to talk about more programs, more partnerships with nonprofits. Did you guys know that we don't have a Boys and Girls Club here in the Southwest side? There's no Boys and Girls Club. We need to build partnerships with organizations like the Boy Scouts of America, bringing in new programs where it's not just scouting, but they have entrepreneurship, business, nursing, all these different tracks of explorers, law enforcement explorers. My wife ran that program for several years, and I know that we can do a lot better, and if we keep these kids engaged, we can keep them on the straight and narrow and be able to improve our community. This is how we reduce crime. We invest early, we create opportunities, and we improve our community. I'm running for alderman because I know we can do better. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Hi, good evening, Gail Soto, Billboard and Archer. Your campaign.
Hold on, get the microphone. And give us your name and address, please.
Gail Soto, Kilbourne and Archer. Your campaign literature says you're a green builder. You indicated you were a small businessman. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Sure. As a green builder, I was a general contractor. So what my business emphasized was on the green technology. When we look at a house, we don't look at it as 4 walls and a roof. We look at it as a system that can work efficiently or inefficiently. That spans from using no VOC paint versus regular paint that emits odors into the system that's bad for kids. You can talk about your heating system. You can talk about making sure that your house is well insulated. So there's a lot of aspects to green building, to using recycled materials, et cetera, et cetera. So when I say green builder, that's what it means, is that our mantra is to not only save the earth, but be able to save some money for your pocket, because ultimately, when your home is more efficient, you're saving more at the end of the day. So you can give it to people's gas, or you can put it into your house. Hope that answers your question.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Mr. Miner. Okay, well, I just want to thank everybody who came out here. It shows that you care about your community, and I'm really excited about what the future holds for our community. Let me just say, if you think that the next 4 years are going to be any different with Zalewski, they're not going to be different than the last 20 years. If you think that, go ahead and vote for them. But if you're ready for a new era of vision, of innovation, of prosperity, then join me in helping to move this community forward. I want to work as hard for you as I do for my own family. I'm Martin Arteaga, and I look forward to working hard for you. Thank you.
Our next candidate for alderman of the 22nd Ward, the incumbent alderman, Ricardo Munoz.